So guys, we are at Cannonsburg Ski Area, which I have never walked before. I knew they had a mountain bike trail, but it is apparently also a acceptable walking trail. So we are following the red and yellow markers. Those two markers are to show mountain bikers which direction on particular days of the week they should be riding. You can see those here with the instructions back on the beginning map that I showed you. So Cannonsburg Ski Area, as its namesake would quite obviously show, is normally a ski resort or ski area in the winter. I guess they don't have a hotel, so they're not technically a ski resort. And I believe this little worn single track is what we will be following today. Frankly, I don't quite know how long of a walk this is going to be. I'm still getting used to the camera being heavy. So I figured at the very worst, this would just be a interesting little diversion with a shot at showing off the local ski area and mountain bike trail. Okay. They do too have tubing in the winter here.
I'll see you guys. See you, Nick. Take it easy. No, Nick. Hey, good ride, man. Yeah, I gotta go to the hill now. Alright, see you, Nick.
With the sand, I wasn't expecting it to be so sandy. I should have known better. I went with low top shoes. Alright. Now I think I'm going to walk into traffic, which makes me think I should stick to the left. Alright. We'll do that when it's getting dark. So let's speed you guys up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This should be interesting and amusing. I feel very much as though I should reiterate, this is also a walking trail. Never having walked it before, I asked one of the gentlemen with a mountain bike at the entrance what his recommendation where I should start at would be, just to kind of also get a reaction to see whether he thought I was completely insane coming up here and walking. I apologize for my heavy breathing. Little hill there. Okay. I think we are still following red, so that we can walk against traffic. Give me a chance to get out of everybody's way. That was also his recommendation. Ooh, it is cooling off quite nicely. Ooh, a little bit of a breeze. I would say it might be coming down into the 70s already. I would, however, expect that we are still at 80% humidity or so. If I'm a weather genie and right, it'll match what it said below, and if not, sorry. got it wrong. The Weather Service data is subtitled below. Boy, it'd be really fun if I had a smaller camera to actually ride a mountain bike down this trail and film it. Would be a significantly shorter video. You're good. Hopefully the amount of editing to reduce my shouts to the mountain bikers isn't totally crazy. I'm going to come up this fast on the inside just in case, so I can get clear of the corner. Alright, not so bad. I don't like jumping to the inside. I prefer jump to the outside, but looks like perker bushes. I'm going to pause for just a sec, make sure you guys are in focus and all of that. Right, we got to keep moving. Oh, and our camera lens is freaking out. Hang on. Some particular apertures cause a bunch of noise from my my lens. I suspect I'll have to replace it soon. It's a non-sealed lens, so it probably does get the weather pretty bad. I will very likely replace it with the exact same lens, as it's cheap, being a lens that was included in a large number of beginner camera kits. So I've lost my cardinal directions a bit here, but I believe we're walking to the east. And now that I'm moving again, the mosquitoes have stopped. I'm not sure which way to go here. That just connects to another trail. Let's keep heading up this one. Those trails snake around so much around here, they run almost right next to one another. Kind of amusing. You can hear freewheels in the distance, but you can't quite see somebody. I think I'm going to have some editing ahead of me, particularly if I end up on a spoke where there are no mountain bikers. I kind of thought that was the plus here, is that I would walk a trail system that perhaps had a bunch of mountain bikers on it, and everybody could see the local mountain bike population. Because I am a strange sort of wildlife photographer. I'm going to stop talking for a little while, just in case anybody out there is interested in just listening to a quiet, unnarrated little section. I'm going to start talking again as I come up to this corner to keep from surprising any mountain bikers who might be quietly racing around the corner. Normally I would consider it bad form to go walking on a BMX trail, although I've done it. Totally admit it. Some of the ones in the UP are spectacular. And for non-locals, the UP is the Upper Peninsula. I talk as though everybody understands my weird Michigan lingo. That is the Northern Peninsula. Michigan is divided into two parts by our lakes. We're gonna head down this way. Yeah. I say we keep heading this way. I think technically we're off trail for a minute there. My guess is some of these little runs are also where the snowmobiles have killed all the small trees. Kind of tempted to go down that one, but we're on this one now. And hopefully we're going the good direction. There we go, brighten it up a little bit for you guys. And I'm going to keep talking again, just in case somebody is quickly climbing the trail. Give them half a chance at not running me down. Oh no, not at all. Mountain bikers are part of the scenery around here. I feel bad, he stopped for me. It's not like I was filming the sunset. I am apparently not walking contraflow on the trail like I was hoping. Which means the mountain bikers might sneak up behind me. Well, I didn't bother with DEET or any kind of mosquito spray today. I've gotten bit a couple times by the mosquitoes. I will have to give my ankles a...
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well, I'll have to give my ankles a customary check for ticks when I get home. I'm going to keep my pace up for a minute here, because I don't quite like that I'm walking with traffic. I'd rather be able to see them coming. So maybe this is the worst kind of video. Trying to mix a quiet place, like a walk in the woods, with continuing to talk and mountain bikes. But I thought it was an interesting concept. And it's absolutely gorgeous out here. I have to say, as a hiker, I'm really quite surprised. I've never walked here before. I can see why you wouldn't want to take your family walking on this trail. Maybe a little too tight quarters, especially during the pandemic. But it is absolutely beautiful. And the mountain bikers have all been very, very kind. Especially in lieu of, me not being one of them and not being on a mountain bike. I apologize if it gets dark from time to time. I'm also trying to pay attention to the trail as much as filming. Well, I'm officially quite lost, but that's quite okay. I am enjoying myself. But I'm really tempted to skip trails I really don't want to trample all over in the woods for a lot of reasons. Ticks included. Stepping on plants trying to form, etc. Once in a while I think I hear somebody coming, and they're just on another trail off to one side or the other. Oh. Yes, I'm backtracking again. But I'm guessing that's just how they get the most trail out of their area. I'm gonna pause you guys. Maybe. I don't know. Thinking about pausing you. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't have enough to talk about. I'm not going to talk about work. That would not be talking, that would be complaining. I'm not going to talk about the city, for reason one. Same thing. That would not be a conversation. That, well, not that it's going to be a conversation, but yeah. Not really into just complaining. My rants about scooters are bad enough. Got a little rock spot here. That's kind of cool. Let's head this way, though. I don't know if I'm headed against the flow of traffic or not. Although this is just a fork. Okay. The only copy I have of the Cannonsburg map is on the camera I'm filming with. This is super smart. That means I have to stop you guys to look at a map, but also kind of avoiding looking at the map. Because I want to explore, and it's beautiful. The only thing I can ask for is less humidity. And that's not very realistic. We can talk about my favorite channels. They are listed on my page. And they include, amongst some others, well, Bevy's off of there now because she broke the 1,000 subscriber barrier, and that section is for newer YouTubers. This prairie girl, and we're gonna move off the trail for this guy.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's all right. It's funny when you can't see the mountain bike trail. It just looks like they're flying through the woods. Turn you guys back around. So I am walking with the flow, which is working out okay. The noise of mountain bikes, excuse me, I can talk right and everything. The noise that the mountain bikes tend to make coming through the woods, especially with their brakes, and most of them having a freewheel, and sorry to single speed riders, but because they have a freewheel, because they're, you know, geared and useful. I don't really have a problem with single speeds. I saw them generally as a very good way to recycle bikes and get them back on the road. Let's stop at this map for a moment. This is a big storm drain. Interesting. All right. Okay. There we go. Now we're walking against them, and I don't have to keep looking over my shoulder. The mosquitoes are getting me a little bit. But we'll press on. So they do have a little ice cream shop here, and a pub. I imagine they have some food as well. They do zip line tours in the summer. They may do them in the winter as well. I only saw the signs. There's a bunch of American winterberry here. At least I'm pretty sure that's what these are. Alright. Well, I don't actually have mosquito repellent. Oh, hang on a second, I gotta talk loud, just in case. I know there are other bikers back here. There we go. So I didn't have any mosquito repellent, but did have a little bit of clove oil. I'm giving that a try. And we're gonna press on. This is the stream connector trail. This should bring us up across the back of the hill. I can hear the stream, but I cannot see it. You guys will have to see if you can see it, because I gotta pay attention. Very nicely groomed trail. It's hardly muddy at all. They lay down rocks and gravel in all the high wear spots. There's a troll in this tree, but it looks like the friendly kind. I cannot imagine whizzing through some of these spots on a mountain bike. The trees are awful close. Every one is claw-shaped. He wants to grab you and take you off your bike, toss you down a hill. Oh, the winterberry is everywhere back here. I believe that's what these bushes with the little red, shiny, very poisonous berries are. Poisonous to everything but the birds, I believe. Too dark, sorry guys. Well, if you like this kind of content, you had best like it. You know, with the button. Because I don't know how often this is gonna go down. It's fun, but it's a lot of work. There's the stream. As long as I keep moving these mosquitoes, they'll only get me once in a while. Hopefully I'll be able to cut this up into something entertaining and vaguely resembling a walking channel kind of YouTube. That's amusing. I would normally. This would be the opportune kind of place to walk silently. However, with all these blind corners and mountain bikers, it's probably actually wise for me to talk a little louder. It is nice to walk on this nice soft dirt surface though. Quite forgiving. I did work today, was a shorter shift, but tiring nonetheless, especially with the shortages we have in the staffing, both in the area and in the restaurant industry. Ooh, I hear freewheels, but I can't tell where it's coming from. To anybody who's not a bicyclist, the freewheel is the mechanism that allows you to pedal, but then lets your pedals stop instead of continuing to spin like some sort of infernal blender when you're not pedaling. It makes this click noise, or grindy noise. I was really hoping to get to the far side, on the high side of the ski slope, to show you guys the view from there. But not being smart and having a paper map, that might have to wait till next time. Hey. We'll see, we may yet get there. This is a fairly large ski area. Not sure how many acres it is. As I was saying, I really like the shelf mushrooms growing on this rotting dead tree. And I'm feeling like I should adjust the white balance. Oh. I mean, this is what it looks like, because the sun is just about to set. It is kind of this orange. I don't know why I'm tempted to adjust that away. So Claire Daly is another one on my YouTube selection list of the list of new YouTubers that I recommend people check out. She is a local Grand Rapids musician, and I think she was talking about doing ASMR videos, although I'm not sure if it seemed like it was mostly music on her channel. Oop, and we'll move off.
Howdy.
Howdy. Howdy.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
It's kind of hard to be mad at anybody when you're in paradise. It's cooled off quite nicely. Well, it's really narrow up through here, so I'm going to keep talking. Give everybody coming around the corner a chance to hear me before they can see me. I suppose this is the slow and low way of checking out a mountain bike trail. But I'm not mountain biking this. I don't own a mountain bike at the moment. I owned one when one of my first bikes was a mountain bike when I was a little kid. It was a used, probably a Huffy, if I remember right. When we were teenagers, we did have a Schwinn adult three-wheeler, which is like a big trike. That was quite a lot of fun. Woo. a little bit of rep there. Not too bad though. Probably fun on the mountain bike. I've injured myself too many times skiing to really want to ride any bike hard. I've ridden a road bike, the favorite that I mentioned before, down a mountain bike trail. As I mentioned, it was indestructible, and the mountain bike trail really helped confirm that. That was a 27-inch tire bike, if I remember right. Currently, my commuter bike for getting to work when it's nice out or the car's got to go to the shop is a 700C bike. It's a skinny tire bike. I'm not a fan of it. It's light. That's about the only thing it has going for it. Which is irony when it comes to bicycles, because a road bike or a commuter bike that is light, or even any bike that is light, does not absorb the shocks and bumps. And so, it's fatiguing to ride. Several of the apartments I've had to have in the area have been walk-ups. So the light bike was nice for that. It's also nice when you go to store it away. It's very light. The one I have is a Schwinn early 90s aluminum frame. It's technically a racing bike, although I would not say there's anything fast about it. Hey, we found a picnic table. And we're at the top of a hill. Quite nice. And I better keep moving because the mosquitoes are right behind me. Put my mask down again now that we're out of the crowd and I can see them coming. There's another troll friend. Sorry for kicking you guys there. It looks like we're coming to the end of the battery as well. You notice everybody coming up the hill doesn't try to talk. They're concentrating very hard on using all their oxygen to pedal. This is quite steep. The camera does not do it justice, as you can tell. So on alternating days, you would be able to ride this section downhill as the color codes go. You can see the result of that and help give you an idea of how steep this is. Seeing the single track that's been grooved into the mountain. This is actually quite good physical therapy for me. I'm doing a lot of sidestepping and walking backwards and I am going to cool off the color temperature a little bit. I know where we're headed now. Should be a Ridge Runner trail and the wall this way. Or I hope there is. Those who know Cannonsburg well are probably thinking that I can't tell up from down. Part of that is that just kind of enjoying myself and walking wherever. Okay. So that should be 14. Or that should be 13. 12. 13. Okay. No, that's 13 and 12's that way. Yeah, okay. Ooh, steep. Pardon for the bouncy ride, guys. Well guys, the battery has officially started to die. Tell you guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you do, feel free to hit the subscribe and like button. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you had as much fun as I did.